So a while back my iron died and I bought two irons. I think the one that died was the last of the cheap ones that I purchased during the pandemic, at the height of mask making. I was making the ties because I couldn't find elastic anywhere. So I was making ties. So I was making hundreds of ties. And so I just ate through irons. I think I used up 3 of them during the pandemic. So I was just buying cheap, like Walmart irons for 30 bucks. So finally, when the last of the cheap ones died a while back, I decided to actually spend some money and get a nicer iron. When my iron died, I was in the middle of a project and I just needed an iron quickly. And then I did some research to figure out which iron I wanted to buy that would be a longer lasting iron. So I bought the first one from Joann Fabrics. I just needed to go pick one up very quickly from the store. So actually, let me see how long ago I bought this, because I'm thinking it was a little longer ago than I'm remembering. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, like exactly a year ago. So January 8th, 2023. So exactly a year. So this one I spent $50 on. I bought this one because of very specific settings that I look for in an iron. So when I'm sewing a quilt, especially a legit quilt, and I sew a piece and then I iron it, I actually iron it and then just leave the iron sitting on my piece. So I'll bring it to the ironing board, not even bring it. I'll turn my chair and I'm at the ironing board and I will sit the iron on and leave it while I'm sewing the next piece. So for me, I needed the timer to go off in the horizontal position. Not all machines have that. If I had my preference, I would prefer it not to have a vertical timer because I want it always on. The vertical timer is a good thing. It is annoying sometimes because if I take too long before I iron, then I have to, turn it back on, but it's not that big of a deal. This timer was the one I was really looking for. The horizontal timer is what's really important to me because I will set the iron on here and leave it. And it'll turn off so nothing's getting burnt, nothing's, overheating. This is just the way I do. I'm not recommending it necessarily for anybody else. So I bought this iron about a year ago and I have loved it. It's a Conair from Joann Fabrics, 50 bucks, like I said. I've liked it a lot. The thing is, I bought this one because I needed an iron immediately, and then I did some research to find an iron that's a little bit more expensive that I couldn't get immediately, but I still wanted. So I figured I'll get the cheap one for now, and then as soon as the expensive one comes, I'll be excited to use it. I'll open it up. I'll use the expensive one. I got this one. The expensive one came. I never opened it. So the only reason I'm actually thinking of opening it now is because this Conair has started spitting a little bit. So there's been a couple pieces from this quilt that have come close to being ruined. It'll spit some water and steam and then it comes out colored, and on the lighter colored fabric, it's disastrous. So I've really been happy with it up until now, but now I'm realizing, okay, maybe I should have unboxed the more expensive iron a long time ago and actually used the more expensive iron and used this one as the backup. So this is a reliable Velocity 270IR. What I really liked about this one is it promises like a dual chamber. So instead of the steam being heated and then sent out immediately, it's like heated in an inner chamber. But supposedly it's not supposed to leak. Although this one says leak proof, but anyway, so this one says no spitting, no leaking, steam even at its lowest temperature, and continuous steam, vertical and horizontal, built-in anti-scale. I don't care about any of that. Dual heating system with a pump, automatic programming. So this one was about $200, and I got it because of its ratings, and I got it because it was a good iron for the price. Now you can get up there with irons. Laura Star has like irons that are thousands of dollars. I didn't need that. I just figured I'd invest in a better iron. Turns out I've used the cheap one for so long, but let's see what this one's all about. It's heavy, that's for sure. So I do actually like the heft to it because that's gonna help. It is heavy. When I iron, when I just put it on, that is heavy. I really like it, but that is heavy. Yeah, I mean, I like the heft to it, so I think that'll help. We'll see. Oh. It's pretty. I love that the water tank is completely see-through. This one is like smoked clear, so I mean you can see it, but it's a little bit harder to see. This one is completely see-through. I love that. It's bigger, so I like that too. That's gonna be a lot. I mean, it's not a huge difference, but it'll be really nice. It's got some heft to it. Okay, so far I'm really excited. And I'm gonna plug it in and just see how I like it. Oh, the manual. You know I hate manuals. We have to read it, don't we? Let's just glance very quickly. I have my old water filling thing, which don't get water on your serger with it, but I really like having that around. Okay. I don't think the instructions get real detailed anyways. Lots of warnings, use and care. Let's double check what kind of water, because there it is. No scented products, but other than that, I think we can use any water. Ooh, it has a turbo setting. For those who want to leave their iron on for periods longer than 8 minutes at a time without the automatic shutoff system activating, the Velocity has an auto bypass feature that allows the iron to stay on indefinitely. To activate this feature with your hand completely off the sensor handle, it's a sensor handle, simply press the steam on off button for 5 seconds. Like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After holding the steam button for 5 seconds, the LED, without touching the sensor handle, you're supposed to touch the steam. After holding the steam button for 5 seconds, the LEDs will flash for 5 seconds, indicating that the auto shutoff bypass has been deactivated. When the iron is unplugged, the auto shutoff bypass returns to its default position. Do not leave your iron unattended while the auto bypass feature is activated. Okay, well that's a really cool feature, so I might have to take advantage of that. Actually, I really like that the manual is pretty no nonsense. It's my kind of manual. Okay, let's plug her in. See what she's like. I have water ready to go. Hello, friend. Let's put some water in you. Interesting. Whoa, where's the max? Max is all the way up here. It's not real clear where the max is. It doesn't hold as much water as this one, because this one will take like a full jug. It's not taking a full jug, but let's see. Oh, I have to take the sticker off here to actually see what it said on. Let's turn it all the way up. Maybe that's a little finicky. It has a heating indicator. Steam is all the way up. Off, on. Okay, so it's heating up. Yeah, let's just see what she's like. So I'm working on the Kraken from Legit Kits, and when I'm working on these blocks, some of them have some pretty thick seams, pretty thick intersections. See all those points coming together? So when I'm ironing, I really want to make sure I get a good press on there and get them flattened. Oh, it smells. It's just that first time use thing. But, are you heated yet? Come on. So if I, wait a minute. Oh, okay, so there's not a button to like flash steam. So like on here, you know, I can flash steam. Let's put some more water in you. but I don't have a flash steam button on that one. But maybe it's just a better steam iron, so maybe I won't feel the need to flash the steam. Hello. And she's hot. Okay, no. Okay. So we'll just see. Also, there's not a spray, like a spray water, which I don't use that one. I never have, and I hate that sometimes you actually accidentally hit the button because the steam is on the left and the spray is on the right. But I'm right-handed. I want to push the right button in, and then I ended up just spraying things that I didn't mean to spray. So I actually kind of like that it doesn't have a spray, because that's just kind of a stupid feature. If you need that much of a spray, just use a spray bottle, because the iron's not doing it anyways. Okay, so she makes weird noises. Hello. Okay, but if it has vertical steam, is it just gonna steam the whole time? How do I make it steam vertically? Oh. Okay, let's see here. Calm down. I'm gonna press this seam open. She's got a nice sharp point to the top of her, so that's kind of nice too. Whoa, she is really steaming. Okay, can we turn it down a bit? How do we turn the steam down? Oh, the steam goes down with the temp. Whoa! Okay, that did really well. Okay, calm down, first of all. There's a lot of steam happening here. There's fewer holes. Boy, she makes up for it in enthusiasm. I'm not convinced that it's no leak. Okay, I need you to just calm down. Turn off. Let's turn the temperature back up. I don't know. And sometimes I don't use steam, but I do like it. Man, the heft really does a good job of getting it done. Okay, so I press that seam open, and it is really nice and flat. The other thing I noticed is there's less of an iron sheen on the seams. So I don't know if you can see this, but on this one, that's where the other iron pressed it, and sometimes on that highest point it gets a little bit of an iron sheen. There's less of that on here. But I am really impressed with the way she pressed that seam. So I'm going to use it for a bit. I'm also going to do like a burn test on some light fabric, because if I'm not careful, sometimes on the highest setting, if I do set the iron down, sometimes it has scorched before, but it's pretty rare. But I'm going to try it on this one and just really run it through the wringer. I really like the heft, and I'm impressed so far, but that steam, like, it's almost all or none, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. But I feel like that heft alone might be enough. I might not even need steam. Let's look at this block that I pressed yesterday. It's a little rumply, like it would totally be fine. Actually, I'm gonna turn the steam back. Ooh. I like that the steam is like immediate. Maybe that's the key. Maybe it's gonna be a matter of steam on when I want it, and then just turn it off and let her set. And let that weight do its work. Because even after you turn it off, it's still got some steam going. But I feel like that made a huge difference. It's not rumply anymore. Let's do it again. See, okay, it's just a little bit. Just a little. Actually, this is one of those that she threw up on. The Conair threw up on. I think it's okay now, but I did have to like rinse it off a little bit. But let's see what happens with Reliable. I'm gonna steam off and let her sit. It's got like a cheat sheet on the bottom of the settings. Maybe my problem is, let's try something, because maybe my problem is I was on turbo. So jeans, cotton, linen. I mean, I usually do quilting cotton on linen because I just want the heat on it, but that's better. Okay, so I was just going to full on. However, she's still cooling down. We'll give her a second. Although immediately I'm impressed. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna keep using her. I am impressed on what is happening. There we go. I am impressed on pressing these full blocks. It's really making a huge difference. Like, it's getting it really flat. You can see where the Conair kind of made a mess, and thankfully it was on this side and not all on the light color fabric. But I feel like I've done myself a disservice by not pulling this thing out a year ago. So I think Conair is going under the table now. So yeah, I'm gonna work some more on her, and I'll let you know in the end what I think. Okay, so that's gonna be in the way. So at this point, I've been using this iron for several days, and yeah, I should have opened this box a long time ago. I mean, I liked the iron I was using. The $50 iron did its job. It was fine, but I'm really seeing the difference now with the $200 iron. I did finally figure out what the sensor handle does. It's really just what operates the steam. So whether horizontal or vertical, with your hand on the handle, you can turn on the steam. So there's not a button for steam. What that does is actually makes it a much better stream of steam. So on my $50 iron, if you want steam, you push the button, which is how it is on most irons. But what that does is you push it at your rate, not understanding maybe that the iron is ready to steam. So if you're just pushing the steam button, it may or may not be efficient, and it may or may not be at the rate at which the iron can produce steam. Whereas if on this one, if you hold the handle, it's going to produce steam at the rate at which it can produce it. So it's just a nice stream, and you're not going to get drips because it's only pushing steam when it's available. But it's been pretty consistent, so I really like it. And this is true for horizontal, so if I put it on a piece of work and I want to press it, I can leave it, but if I really want to give it some steam, I just have to touch the handle. So I really like that feature too. It is a little weird getting used to it because anytime you touch it, it steams. So, and I did end up turning off the timer. So when I'm sitting here, if I do a lot of sewing and then come back to the iron after a long time, I like being able to turn off that timer so that I never have to wait for the iron to come back on and get hot again before I can use it. I just have to remember to completely turn it off or unplug it when I finish at night and leave the garage. Otherwise, yeah, I've been really happy with this iron. I will put the link for my affiliate, Amazon affiliate. I barely use it, but if you're interested in this iron, I will go ahead and put the link in there so that if you want to purchase it, I will get a little bit of a commission from that, and it just helps me make more videos. So if y'all have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I will also be using my True Cut blade sharpener here soon. I need to actually use that. I think the lesson I've learned on this is stop being lazy and just open the package and use it. So I'll be using other things that I haven't used yet in my life. And I will see you later.